Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV. I hope you like the new look of the overlays. Big up to Talk Man U for that. Right, he's doing all the graphic designs, right, doing the logo, the thumbnails, the overlays, right. He's making it all happen. Don't you worry about that. And there'll be more of that to come. Don't you worry about that. All right, but I'm not going to say any more than that. Yeah, so also big shout out to everyone who is just subscribed. I've just seen the subscriber count gone up a fair bit. Big up everyone who's done that. Big up to everyone who's already subscribed, even from day one. Right, big up all of you. We could not be to this position without you guys. And please, please, if you are new, do smash the like button. Do hit that subscribe button. Go and do it now. Please go and share this out. Please now. Share it while we're live, right? Please do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Right. And we've got Marley here. How are we?
We are good. How are we in England?
Well, a lot of fans are okay.
You're not.
No, not really, mate. Not after the last few days. It's probably just what I've come to suspect, but it's been more evident and more shoved in my face and more realized. But yeah, yeah, I was just saying, big up to everyone who has just subscribed. Right, it's all down to Bargav and Melina and their marketing. Right, they are fantastic, and big up to every one of them. Big up to Chris as well, because Bargav and Chris, they all get the guests on. They all do the marketing, the guests with Melina. So big and shout out to them as well. So, and that's why we are now at 944 subscribers.
Absolute
We're
legends.
944. Right, we are 56 away. Please do hit that subscribe button now. Go and do it. Go and do it.
By the way, I don't know if there's a direct connection. You guys in the chat can probably vouch for me. Steven, you've been looking good, mate. I don't know what it is you're doing, some beauty treatment, but you're looking good, man. You're looking better by the minute. I mean it. I mean it. I mean it.
Nah.
I'm being very honest, man. You look like a stud.
I'm not saying any more after the recent jokes. I'm not saying a word. Let's just say I might get confirmation on that after 8 o'clock. That's why I get very tired in the mornings. But yeah. Anyway, we are here to talk about the new Champions League format. Obviously, now the Champions League bloody matters, right?
Yeah.
But before we actually go into the format, the reason it now matters is because, oh, guess what? The whole thing's fallen on its ass before it even got going. Right? It couldn't even get past the semis. Right? It couldn't even get hard first before it started. Right? But yes, the Super League is pretty much dead. The European Super League is pretty much dead as a doornail. Yes, we'll look at this now and look at the latest reports coming out now, because I think Real Madrid, Perez is still trying to push this through. I don't know why.
Yeah, mate, because
they'll come back.
Yeah. Mate, it's just that, like, I'm gonna be very honest here. I knew that Spanish clubs were in a really tough financial position, but I had no idea of the dimensions of it, because like teams in Brazil, for example, if I'm not mistaken, Fluminense is one of the worst situations, like financially. Like, I'm pretty sure we owe like around 600 million reais, which means like a little under 100 million euros, like 80 million pounds or something. I think Real Madrid and Barcelona, I don't remember which one's which.
I think Real Madrid is 800 million pound is Real Madrid and £1 billion is Barcelona.
I think it's 900. Yeah, I mean 900 million, 800 million. pounds and 900 million euros, the same thing. I think Barcelona's at 2 billion, mate.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they're pushing for this because they just want to find out, like, how do they get out of the situation?
How they get to survive. But then again, don't put yourself in that situation. It's because you run your club like shit.
Of course.
What do you expect? But Man City were the first club to pull out after Chelsea had signalled their intent to do so by preparing documentation to withdraw. The other four sides, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, and Tottenham, have all now followed suit. Italian side Inter Milan are also set to withdraw as they no longer wish to be involved in the project. BBC Sport bosses that the Serie A club are preparing for the exit following Tuesday's night's dramatic developments. 12 teams set up by the seven mentioned teams and Spain's Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, and Real Madrid, and in Italy's Inter Milan and Juventus was announced to for widespread condemnation of the whole project. It basically, they tried to come out with it saying, look, we can say football, and everyone just go fuck yourself. Basically, we're not stupid. What I would like to know is, my big question obviously is about Mourinho, because obviously the next morning Mourinho, I think I heard that he refused to take the players to training or to train on the training pitch in protest to this. Now, obviously, our Tottenham PR will go out and say, no, he was performing like shit. That's why we got rid of him. You wouldn't have got rid of him 6 days before a fucking final, right? You're fucking Tottenham. You don't get to finals, right? So why the fuck would you do that, right? It's as simple a case as this, right? You realise your manager weren't going to take you in that because he believed in football, and you decided, nah, if you're not going to do it, we'll go find someone else when we get in it. So bye, I miss you already. Right. So, so part of me feels sort of sorry in a way. Right? But then again, I'm an Arsenal fan, and it's Jose Mourinho. So, I don't feel sorry for him, actually. But he lost. I'll give him respect for it, but I don't feel sorry for him. But he lost his job over this, right?
Yeah.
Or do you think it was actually just because he was performing like shit at Spurs?
I mean, if you look at the season, if you look at the situation, just pick a reason, mate. There's a number of reasons that you can pick, and they all make sense. We can't really be sure of exactly what happened. We just said I wasn't aware of it, but it makes plenty sense. I don't think Spurs would have, even though they haven't been doing well whatsoever. I don't think they would have fired someone like 6 days before the final, as you just said. It sounds like a strategy gone horribly bad, which kind of makes me laugh.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely. I think they'll have lost a lot of money there for sure.
Yeah. Everyone, do hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button as usual. Do share this out while we're live to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere you can. Right, go and share it because it does work. But do hit that subscribe button. We are, last time I just checked, we are 56 away from 1K. We are 56 from 1K. So go and do that now, right? But I will say this. Get people involved. Get people watching now, because we will be opening the lines up so you can all have your say and debate over this. But like I said before,
when we get to 1,000, Steven's going to reveal a picture of him wearing a face mask and cucumbers in his eyes, the beauty regimen he's been going through to get this.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Your face,
yeah. And I'll be dipping myself in milk like fucking Cleopatra. There's a fucking. What planet do you live on? Seriously.
Your reaction, dude. You look so serious.
I'm just listening to like what? Where the hell are you going with this one? Honestly, mate. Honestly. Your mind goes on to another level.
Oh, nah, yeah, man. It does.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send someone a link to see if he's free.
Yo, I mean, I'd love to get someone's opinion, someone that follows Italian or Spanish football thoroughly, because the financial situation that Barcelona and Real Madrid are in, and their strategy didn't work out. So like, there's a good chance they might.
Yeah, actually, should I ask Matteo?
I mean, yeah, check to see if he's available.
Yeah,
for sure, because I can. I'm not a big, I'm not extremely aware of the whole situation, what happened exactly, but I see a chance that Real Madrid and Barcelona have to go through what Inter Milan and Milan went through. Because there was a good decade or so that they weren't very competitive because
ASAP. Love to hear your views from your club's perspective. Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, and I'd love to hear that as well. Maybe even also try and get a Real Madrid and a Barcelona fan as well. But we'll work that in time.
Is Mel watching?
What?
Is Mel watching? She's a Real Madrid fan.
I don't know. Don't put comment in yet. But we'll wait and see. Hang on. Let me just check something. The comments are working, aren't they? Yeah, they are working. Working. We got 10 likes already, but hit the like button anyway. Awesome. Yeah, so like I said, they're admirable to admit a mistake. No. They're just saying that to try and keep their fucking jobs. Right? Because I'm sorry. Did you see fucking Arsenal's statement? I'm gonna go for Arsenal's statement, right? This is on their website.
I did.
And by the way, this ain't actually Arsenal's statement. If you look at it, it's a statement that pretty much every other fucking club has done. Right? It's not actually Arsenal. Right? It's not actually Arsenal at all. The European Super League. Arsenal.com. Oh yeah, the news. Open letter to our fans. Club announcement. I'm going to share this because this is utter bollocks. This is. Everyone, do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Do hit the like. Leave your comments in the chat. Right, we'll try and answer them as quickly as possible. Please do that now. If you're an Arsenal fan, get yourself. Do you know what? Actually, no. Just cancel that. 2 seconds. I'm gonna leave the link pinned up in the chat. So I'm gonna pin this link up in the chat right now. Put this link in. Oh no, put it the other way. I'll do it the other way because then it goes to Facebook and that.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, the actual letter I actually heard on Lee's channel. I was on Lee's channel last night.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking load of bollocks. Please come on and have your say.
Yeah, man, it's it is a load of bollocks, but it is exactly what I expected to read, right? Like it was like we saw it coming. An announcement like this, Arsenal actually said more than a lot of clubs said. Like a lot of clubs made it kept it shorter. But it should be said, like whoever wrote this article, whoever wrote this message to the fans had no involvement in Arsenal joining the Super League.
What's going on, honestly.
Yeah,
no clue. They have got
exactly.
So out of touch. It's unreal. Right?
This was the doing of like 5 people in the board at the most.
Yeah, it's about 5. No, this is the trick. I don't even think all of Arsenal's board know about it, but I do know that certain people, certain man, or certain people in this club, right, and in our I'll bring Saeed on because I like Saeed. He's got great opinions. I love the fact that I have him on all the time. Anthony, right, now live. You need to come on now. On now. not at the end. Yeah. Also, relentless as well. Retro. Oh, Steve. Do you know what? I even asked a Greek football fan as well. Shall I ask him?
Who?
I'm going to ask a Greek football fan if you're
the more the
free.
merrier, mate.
Yeah, because sorry guys, give me a minute.
Right. You guys in the chat, whoever's in the chat,
yeah,
what do you guys think is going to happen to the Spanish Giants? I'm curious to see you guys' opinions.
Just what should actually, my question to the chat is, what would you do as you for an FA have now got these people by the bollocks, right? Do you punish them, and what you would punish them with? Because at the minute, the way I feel at Arsenal, I couldn't give a fuck if the FA docked them 20 points, which meant we got fucking relegated.
That's not going to happen, Steven. Why would the FA try to piss off the 6 biggest teams right now? Since they're already bad.
I'm just saying that's what that's how I feel with them at the minute.
No, that would be justice, but that's financially responsible for them to do.
I'm sorry, but this look, you see on that, you see in there, it's not even in picture. Victoria Concordia Crescent, victory through victory through it's victory through harmony actually. Sorry, I used to say teamwork. It's through victory through harmony. There's no fucking harmony doing a Super League, mate. You've got to completely against what Arsenal stood for, and this is why I might follow you, but I ain't supporting you the way I used to. Right? I ain't giving the love that I used to show Arsenal, which is travelling to the Emirates, paying £90, like travelling back home at 1 o'clock in the morning, right? After going to watch a game at 7:45 at night, right? Driving there, driving back, shattered to pieces, right? Let alone fly all the way to fucking Napoli, right? To go and watch you play, right? Not being well at Napoli at the time as well.
Oi.
All right. But yeah, I'm just before I get your opinion, Metro, I'm just gonna read this statement out. The last few days hang on, just gonna read this statement. The last few days have shown us yet again the depth of feeling our supporters around the world have for this great club and the game we love. We know we need no reminding but the response from the supporters in recent days, giving us the time for further reflection. Basically, you realise you're being cunts, basically. It was never our intention to cause this distress. Why fucking do it in the first place then? Right? However, when the invitation to join the Super League came, while there were no guarantees, right, we did not want to be left behind. No, basically, you didn't want to bet. Basically, you didn't want to be left out on all the money you're going to make, right? You weren't worried about Arsenal and its future. You were worried about how much money you were going to make out of it. All right. As a result of listening to you and the wider football community over the recent days, we are withdrawing from the proposed Super League. We made a mistake. Yeah, because you didn't listen to the fans in the first place, right? Yeah, if you listen to the fans, you would have never done it, right? Because you would have known we would have never backed such a thing, right? So don't give all this bollocks that you've listened to the fans, right?
Steven, we gotta...
No, we don't apologize. And here's the thing. You apologize. How many fucking apologies have you had to fucking do? I'm sorry. I'm not buying it because you've done it time and time and time again. And this is what you've been planning all this time, right? We know it will take your time to restore your faith. We don't have faith in you no more. This is why we're still going ahead with the protest. We don't fucking want your fucking club, these parasites in our club anymore. We don't have any faith in our club, right? Because you lead us down a red fucking carpet to an absolute oblivion, right? Here at Arsenal, but let's clear that the best decision to be part of a Super League was driven by our desire to protect Arsenal, the club. No, it wasn't. It was about to protect how much money you're going to make because you realised you weren't happy to invest in the club to try and get us into top 4, right? No, because you don't like competition.
Can I jump in here?
Yeah.
I share your anger, your frustration, and your embarrassment. But if you look at this objectively, I can guarantee you these 12 clubs got some sort of compensation from for giving up, right? Like everyone needs to understand that this was a money move, 100%. 100%. So
they all magically turn overnight. There's something's been done.
Exactly. It was about money, mate. So when you look at this objectively, even though I'm totally embarrassed that Arsenal tried to be a part of this, if
Arsenal be part of this, mate, it wasn't like Chelsea or Man City, like they were to be one of the superpowers. Right?
I know we're big players.
They were the fucking instigators.
No,
they were the fucking main fucking brainchild behind this.
Wasn't that United? I thought it was United. But anyway, I know Arsenal played a big part. I know Arsenal played a big part.
And another vice chairman is Kroenke. So we are fucking doing it ourselves.
Let me finish, mate. I know I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying since everyone was together in this thing, what Arsenal did really was protecting the assets, right? Like if these clubs are gonna make money, we want to make money too. And mate, Madonna sang it herself. Dollars are a club's best friends. I'm not defending anything, mate. I'm not defending. It's horrendous. It's horrendous.
But it's not good. It's not good. Look at our football club. Look at my football club. It's ruined. Newcastle United is ruined
this is the thing, right? Right, Newcastle, right? Do you know why? Do you know why your club was never bought out by those owners?
Because Arsenal.
No. Do you know why?
Premier League.
Do you know why the Premier League did it?
Why? Because of football clubs.
No, because they didn't want. And I actually looked up with this, right, after I heard it first on True Geordie, and I looked it up, it's actually true, right? They didn't want to fuck off the top 6. They didn't want to fuck off Tottenham, Liverpool, Man United, Man City, right, Arsenal and Chelsea, right? Because they would have been pissed that another billionaire was there to challenge them, right? They already had it with Leicester. They didn't want to do it again, right? So that's why they blocked it. Because they knew with Mike Ashley, you are no threat, right? So they publicly made sure the Premier League didn't get you a new owner and got you out of the crap you're in, right?
I don't
so
believe
you can
that.
Thank us for that.
I really don't believe that, mate.
No, it is true. It is true. They didn't.
Yeah.
The Premier League did not want to piss off the Big 6.
It's been proven. It's been proven.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it,
mate.
Doesn't Usmanov own shares at Everton? He's a billionaire as well. I don't think the Prem ever wants to stop money from coming to the Prem. The thing is, wasn't it a PR situation because of who the possible buyers were?
They didn't want another challenger to take away potentially top 4 from them. They already got Everton and Leicester doing it. They didn't want frigging Newcastle joining the party.
Nope.
Because that's what they were going to do. You do know the Saudi owners, they'll just spend.
Nope.
So they would have done, Newcastle would have been joining the party and they didn't want that. No.
We need it.
That's more uncertainty. They're businessmen. And unfortunately in business, right, this is why business
go for Southampton.
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is why business and football don't mix. Football is uncertainty. You don't know whether you're going to get top 4 at the end of the season. Anything can happen. Well, unfortunately, in business, you need certainty. Otherwise,
we got to get something. Does happen somewhere.
So they've looked at it. They ain't looked at it from the fans and the club's point of view. They've looked at it
It's
their
been
own
the government.
point of view of business.
Yeah, we need it. We need a new club, a new owner, new players,
Yeah.
and need to get rid of Ashley because he's
Yeah,
ruined the
and
club.
they didn't, and they knew if you got new owners, it make more uncertainty for them in trying to get top 4.
We'd love to be top 4 again. We'd love to be in the top 4. We're not going to be it. We're a middle table club.
Big up now.
Big up, Mel. As usual, I shout you out at the start for the work you do. Big up, Ethan. Sat Marie. Yeah, and
They just conceded a goal to Southampton. I try to say that.
I'm going to watch it, and then I'm going to get my phone and touch a bit more. My phone needs charging up in a minute.
But yeah, I think right. The system needs to be fixed. We must work together to find solutions which protect the future of our game. Basically, to protect you from no. But what it needs you to piss off.
Oh yeah,
right?
oh yeah.
It needs you lot to piss off and leave our game alone. You may not notice, you American wankers, right? In football, right? You earn the right. You don't get given it like the NBA or the NFL.
Nope.
Right?
They don't.
You earn the right to play in Europe. You earn the right to win the league. You earn the right to win the Champions League. Right?
And we're not criticizing. We're not criticizing American sports.
You earn the right to get relegated.
Yeah. We're not criticizing American sports. They're just different kinds of.
Yeah, I get the
different
fact
kinds
that
of tournament,
American
right?
sports. It works for them. That's brilliant. But I'm sorry, football, it don't work.
Yeah, it's different. It's just different.
Look at our history.
But even MLS has relegation and promotion.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, look at our history.
What?
Twice.
I swear it does.
The MLS doesn't have relegation. It's Mathieu said that it might start to have relegation because it seems that the MLS and the Mexican league are going to combine to like a super North American league.
Is it only because like they don't have any like teams under that?
I mean, in the US, mate, they have two professional leagues, right? They have the most famous one, which is the MLS, and is it the ALS or something like that? It's a secondary one. It's where you have New York Cosmos, which is a really traditional team where
ALS
LA, Beckenbauer played. Okay, NSL then something like that, mate. National Soccer League. I think that's it. NSL. I think you have Major Soccer League and National Soccer League. I think that's it. I'm not entirely sure, but it's not a first and second division. It's a most popular one and just a slightly less important one. NLS, National League of Soccer. Then National League of Soccer.
That's the one. Yeah.
There you go. So I don't know how it's going to work with that.
No, it's not, because NLS is the National League.
Yeah.
It's the National League here. NLS.
I can.
Yeah, it's here.
I mean, I'm sure of the information I just gave you, mate. I just don't remember the name of the second league, but they do have one. But it's not a lower league. It's just another league. It's a separate league.
Yeah, definitely. But going back to Newcastle minute, if we had relegate again, we were 2 relegations honestly. Came back up twice. If we did go down again, but won't come back up again, we'll be down there for a long time.
Yeah, it's I'm sorry, just answering finally, it's the National American Soccer League, NASL. No, North American Soccer League. Yeah, National American wouldn't make a lot of sense. North American Soccer League, NASL.
Yeah.
It's there, it's not really a development league. It's not a second division. It's just another league that with slightly less money involved, I think.
Oh, it stopped.
Oh, does it not exist anymore?
It doesn't exist anymore. It stopped in 2017.
There it is.
I'm not surprised if I don't get relegation or promotion. And what's the fucking point? But this is the point, right? I'm sorry, football's not a franchise, right? It's not a franchise.
It's not. I agree. It's not.
I don't care, right?
Look at all the shirts. They sell the shirts and all that.
I mean,
No, it's just the model of sports in the US, mate. Now it's going to change because
I
they're
know,
going to
but what
involve
you
Mexico.
do, what would you imagine it though? Would you imagine that Super League if that replaced the Champions League?
That'd be hell on.
Oh, that would have
And
been horrible for football, mate.
five teams get to go up into it for a year. All of them get relegated again.
What's the point in that?
How's that fair?
Nah, that would have been crap. The thing is,
And we would we'd have to play because of the amount of games. We'd have to make super squads, which is why we had all the money pumped in. We would have to buy 30 or bloody players, have two good teams. Now Arsenal, I know Arsenal. They would not spend. They would just spend so we just had enough to be able to compete.
Survive.
Just right, but. We wouldn't all that money. Most of that would go to the Rams. It wouldn't go to us.
But
right?
like you look at like,
I know it was true. But this is the thing: is that if the Newcastle got a really good talent, right, the money we would have, they would not be able to cope. They would just all their best players would be just taken whenever they want.
Be gone.
Jamal Lewis gone.
Yeah. All be gone.
Jack Grealish gone. Right. All these great players, like Basuma, gone, Lamptey, gone, right? They would suck dry all the best talent because you got to think of the other 12 teams as well, right? The other 11 teams, not just Arsenal, they would suck it all the talent dry out of the European football, right?
They would.
There'll be no competition left.
You look at the Championship as well. The Championship is the same. You've got Championship League 1, League 2. They're the same. It's talent. It's gone. The talent's gone. Not England now. It's gone. There's no talent left.
Charlie, how are you, my friend?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Like I said, I'm all right. Not too bad. Like I said, do hit the like button, the subscribe button, hit the share button, please. Do share this while we're live, right? Do hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you know when we're live. But yeah, please, right? Do share this out while we're live. And if you want to have your say, the link is pinned up in the chat. So go and click on it now. Charlie, explain to us, mate.
I think it's a bad idea, this new Champions League thing, to be honest.
We haven't even got to that bit yet.
Aren't we?
No, we're still talking about the Super League.
Yeah, I mean, you asked him to explain something to ourselves, and he didn't know what we were talking about.
I thought you were still mentioning we were talking about the Champions League, but the Super League. But yeah, man, at least it's fucking over for now.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm sorry.
They'll try
I know
it
it's
again
not
at some point.
Yo, Steven, I know it's not the subject at hand. It's just that I began talking about it. I just wanted to address it. I know the Super League has nothing to do with that, right? It's just that the Major League Soccer has been working. It's a very attractive league for a lot of players. Just that in Europe, people don't pay attention to it, but it's a very fastly growing league. And the reason why it is like that is because American sports in general, just the way they support sports. You see how Americans are badass at the Olympics? It's because they support every single sort of athletic activity from the get-go. So they don't have academies in there because they have the draft system, right? I'm actually really curious to see how this is going to work because I'm sure they're not going to stop playing, soccer. They're not going to stop playing it in schools in there. So I'm curious to see how that's going to happen because the draft system has helped American sports a lot. But the best way to do football, it's not the draft system, is with youth academies. There's a good chance that the U.S. is going to grow a lot as a national team as well, mate, because they're a massive country. If interest in football grows a little bit, the U.S. could become a giant team.
It's a good, you got the amount of football, you've got the hockey, you've got the baseball, you've got all that over there. We've got the ice hockey here, but we haven't got USA, but USA is different.
Yeah, exactly, man. And you you can see from other sports that this way of doing things works as well. It's just that it's not really draft's fault, that they're not as good as football as the European teams or Brazil. It's just that it's a really new, it's a very new sport to be practiced. But it was considered a girl sports, not a girl sport in the U.S. not until too long ago. So now it's growing.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Football.
Anyway,
so.
we'll move on because we are going to talk about the Champions League format.
I'm going to head off, Steven. What am I doing? I'll come back later on, mate, yeah? I'm head off, mate. Can be 4 needs, charge them, mate.
We'll be finished in about in about half an hour, so.
Yeah, I'll be on anyway later on. I'm going to do my preview for the Liverpool game. But Liverpool and Newcastle game, I do that as well.
That we'll probably be finished in half an hour, mate, to be honest. That next show, definitely.
I said probably or something. I feel a lot better now after last night, mate. After last night.
Yeah.
I'm a lot better now, so.
Yeah, good to hear.
So can I put link in the chat, Steven, for me channel? Is that alright with you? Or
what?
Is that all? Can I put my channel link in the chat?
Yeah. Go on, leave it in there.
Yeah, but my order, man. Take care, lads.
Alright, take care.
Take care, mate.
Bye.
So,
Yeah, format for 2024. So I'm just gonna bring this up now. So obviously, now the Champions League means something. Finally, we're gonna look at the Champions League format for 2024 that's been approved. This is funny. This whole Super League thing, which looks exactly the same, was approved literally the night before and launched the night before this came out, which is very, very weird, isn't it? But how will the competition change? The pivotal change in the reforms announced by the UEFA committee after its meeting 19th of April is the departure from the current format from the 32-team group stage. The present Champions League begins with with participants divided into 8 groups of 4. From the 24-25 season, there will be a single league made up of all 36 competing clubs. This will give 4 more sides the opportunity to compete against the best clubs in Europe. Under the new format, teams will play 4 matches more than currently is currently the case. They will no longer play 3 opponents twice, home and away, but instead will face against 10 different teams, half of them at home and half away. This gives the opportunity for clubs to test themselves against a wider range of opponents, and also raises the prospect of fans of seeing the top teams go head-to-head more often earlier in the competition. New format should mean that there is more to play for right up until the final night of league action. How will the 4 additional spots be allocated? Slot 1 awarded to the club from the country placed 5th in the UEFA's National Association coefficient rankings. Each coefficient, which would have been, I think it's Italy. No, not Italy. France. It was France would have got it. Each association's coefficient is based on the club's performances in 5 previous Champions League and UEFA League seasons. Slot 2 awarded to the domestic league champion with the highest club coefficient among all the other domestic competitions that have not automatically qualified for the Champions League stages. So Greece, something like that. Slot 4 awarded to the 2 clubs with the highest club coefficient that have not qualified automatically for the Champions League stages, for the Champions League stage, but have qualified either for the Champions League qualification phase or the Europa League and / UEFA Conference League, which is due to start next season. How will the last 16 take shape? The results of each match will decide the overall ranking in the new league, with 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw still applying. With the top 8 teams that will advance automatically to the round of 16. Those sides were placed between 9th and 24th will enter a playoff round. Those who finished between 9th and 16th will be seeded in the playoff draw, meaning they will face a team placed 17th to 24th with a home advantage in the second leg. The teams who finish 25th or lower will be eliminated with no access to the Europa League. The 8 clubs who will prevail in the playoffs will then progress to the round of 16, where they will each face one of the 8 finishers. From the round of 16 onward, the competition will continue to follow its existing format of knockout rounds, leading to the final stage in neutral venue selected by UEFA. So obviously, it would mean more opportunities for the Europe's top teams to play each other in the competition. Every game counts. The new league format will ensure that any result has the potential to dramatically change the team's position right up to the very last match day. Winning or losing can make the difference between the side automatically qualifying or entering the playoffs or being eliminated from the competition. Yes, in addition to this, Champions League, both Europa League and all Europa Conference League, due to kick off next season, will also evolve to replace the group stage with a single. So if this basically goes ahead, they'll adapt it for the Europa League and the Conference League as well. So, by the way, please do get your comments. Do come on as we bring on Saeed. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you all doing?
A bit relieved. But yeah, I've just explained basically the new format for the Champions League. Big on Leon. How are you? Nice to see you in the chat. Thanks you for coming on. To be honest, I think the coefficient issue should be removed because say if Leicester finishes 5th and Chelsea finishes on 8th, then what it means is that Chelsea will qualify, which isn't fair. Good point. Yeah. Jack Wilshere is going to attend the protest on Friday. Wow. Yeah. We'll talk about probably that right at the end. But yeah, I was going to get Charlie, your reaction to the new the Champions League format. Do you agree with that or not?
It sounds like a good format, but the one bad thing is teams will have too many games to play in a season. How are you meant to fit an extra 10 games in the group sort of part in the new Champions League format with all the league games, Carabao Cup and the FA Cup? It's too many.
Yeah. I can't stand this new format. Just looks like a watered down ESL. Say, what's your first reaction to this?
I think it just shows what I was speaking about yesterday on Lee's show, that we need a forum where players, managers, fans
Yeah, I heard that. That was a great point.
can gather together and make football better, because when none of us is part of it, they just create things that for them they will make more money, but the team will suffer, the players will suffer, and the fans will suffer. And that's exactly what's happened here. They have an idea that they want more games because more games, more revenues. Fine. But what about the players? How is a player supposed to play 70 games a season? It's not sustainable. That's why we've seen so many muscle injuries lately. That's why we've seen so many players are out of injury. And the season is not even ended yet. I think the injury's gone up like 40% for the past 12 months. And this is the issue. There's too many games, both in the national teams and in the league teams. There's too many friendly games. And then they added this nation league thing, more games. in England, you have the FA Cup, you have the League Cup, you have the Premier League, and for some teams, they have European football. If you're gonna extend the amount of game they're gonna play in European football, it's another issue. And then you have to look at why did they make this decision? Because there's no football men in there. It's just greedy people that want to make more money. And yes, the football needs a change. Yes, we need to be creative, but this is not the way forward for me. And I'm very disappointed with UEFA, very disappointed with FIFA. I'm more disappointed with the owners.
Yeah, I hear that. It's just, yeah, it gets to a point like, how many games do you want us to play? I mean, you're not giving us a chance to have a break at any stage. I mean, what was great about the format we have now is that we have those 6 games at the start of the tournament. And maybe say like you broke them off into 2 leagues, right? So maybe if you broke, instead of 1 league, you broke them off to 2 leagues, or maybe even 4, right, out of 32. Yeah, 32 will work. You can break it up into 4 groups, right? So that more of those teams play each other. It could work like that, for example, right?
I think
But yeah, in 1 league, like it's how many games do you want us to play? It's just like then you've got in between that you usually had a break. You usually had then a break during the winter. You might get the odd break where you had international breaks as well. Because not forgetting as well, some breaks during that time of the Champions League are international breaks. So they're still playing games during that. Then you've got the League Cup. Then there's that break where the League Cup will be played literally about once in a month. And then until February, until it's finished. Then once it's finished in February, pretty much, or right at the end of February, the middle of February, the Champions League is restarted. So that's if you're
and
still
the FA
there.
Cup
So
starts in
yeah, so say if you
January.
want to go for quadruple, like Man City have been trying to do this season, you would then have to play all those games, win all the games in the Premier League, win the League Cup, and win all the games in the FA Cup. You'd be playing about 60 odd games, which is just mad. It's just bonkers.
That's
It's
what I
just like
mean.
when do people get a rest? Then they get a rest at the end of May, which is like the end of May, beginning of June, because it's now even later that they finish. Usually it finishes about middle of May, but now it's like the end of May because you've got the Champions League final, which is like the end of May, beginning of June. Then there's the Euros. Don't forget that. Then they have about a month off after that, and then you've got pre-season friendlies, and then you're back into full action. So you probably don't get a rest. So I mean, Marley, what do you say to it?
Well, there's 2 sides to this. First of all, just because I like, just like arguing with people, I don't have a huge problem with greed in football. Yeah, like greed alone, yes, it bothers me because this format, for example, I freaking hate it, and I think it could have been done better. But greed in football, guys, like more investment usually means improvements. Yeah, I know as Arsenal fans that doesn't look like a correct sentence because we didn't have the right money invested properly. But usually money helps things. So I don't, and this is not because Arsenal's probably gonna be helped by this, but like I understand them trying to avoid huge teams from not being in the Champions League. I'm sure teams are still gonna be embarrassed from participating this way, but I don't like the format just because it's so freaking random, mate. I mean, the biggest practical problem is exactly what King and Charlie said. Like more games in this very full calendar already doesn't make sense. Like every single team, or at least the bigger teams, that play more games, they always have a lot of injuries yearly, and it is very inhuman to try to add to this. There could have been a better way of doing this. I get like wanting there to be more games, and just make slightly different groups and have them play each team once and not twice. But you know, keep it with 6 rounds, because more than that, it's just you're just adding to a very full calendar already, guys. But they're thinking with dollar signs. The Champions League is the most successful one when you're talking about ratings, money making. So they want to have more games. I'm assuming there might be negotiations to make some cups a little smaller, or have the teams that participate in these competitions to enter a later stage in the FA Cup, for example. But we already walk in pretty late on, right? Yeah, I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like the format. It reminds me a little bit of the NFL in the US, going back to American sports once again. But in there, it makes a little more sense because, you know, you have the regional thing. You have the conferences. So the divisions, I'm sorry. So you're going to be playing every team in your division, then a couple of other teams. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I don't follow the NFL very thoroughly. But I don't think it suits football. I don't like it. I like the current format of the Champions League. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I just think it's just because, like I said, it then there's more the TV rights get paid out for because more games. Which then bumps the price up for viewers as well because obviously there's more games. There's no rest for the players at any point. I just don't get what's wrong with the current format at all. I mean, if I'm open to change, if you want to ramp it up and maybe, like I said, put it for 4 teams in a group, 4 groups, okay, we'll give that a go. But to do it the way they're doing it, I mean, I know the ESL, so I don't even want to know about it anymore. But at least they had 2 bloody leagues, right? I mean, this is just, I just don't get the idea about it.
They could just have groups of 7, right?
Yeah,
groups of 7. Then you play everyone.
Yeah, 4 more clubs would be 4 more clubs at 36. You have 4 groups. Divide that by 4, so that would be 9 teams.
Yeah, 4 groups of 9.
4 groups of 9.
It would be bad.
But
then you have too many teams in a group, because what would be fair for me is that, like, everyone in the group plays everyone, because that's what makes sense, mate. It's football. It's always been that way. Come on. So if you have like 8 or 9 teams in a group, it's just a matter of amount of games again. So if you have groups of 7, for example, you can still have 6 rounds. You're gonna play 6. You're gonna play 3 away and 3 at home. Or even groups of 8, so that you only add 1 round to it. And then if you're talking about money making and greed, you can even have like that one. You can have like 3 home games, 3 away games, and 1 neutral game somewhere else just to make money.
You have basically 10 games then. You basically, instead of 6 games, you basically play 10 games, and it can be anyone in that league.
Yeah, what Macho explained very briefly, from what I understand, is that.
But how's that fair to say? Like, some teams that might get, say, if you're one of the league, like favorites to get eliminated, and you get Bayern Munich, you get Chelsea, and all those teams. Whereas, like, if you're one of the teams that are favorites, you go and get
That's where I was getting at.
Like one of the shittest teams in the group.
I think they're gonna. I think.
How's that fair?
I don't think it's gonna be actual groups, mate. It's gonna be a league with 36 teams. And what they mean by groups, if they're dividing this, I think they're gonna divide it in 4 groups of quality. You know, Group 1 would be the best teams.
It in 4 groups of quality, you mean?
Like the Nations League.
Yeah, Group 1, you have the best teams. Group 2, you have the second best. Group 3, third best. Group 4, you have the worst teams. I think what he said was, like, each, you know, if you're in the Group 1, you're gonna play 3 teams from the best group, you know, is it 2 teams from the middle ones and 3 teams from the last one, something like that, or 2 teams from your same group and 3 from the middle ones and 2 for the last. Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be about rankings and quality, so that it's a little fair, but still, like, it's still not going to be fair because you're putting 9 teams there. Are there really 9 teams that are at the same level of Bayern Munich, Man City, and PSG? That are probably the 3 best teams in the world. No, so it's still not fair.
It'll go off the UEFA coefficient ranking.
The coefficient rank is just mad. It doesn't make sense. Like you just said there, you could be finishing 8th, but because you're Arsenal, right, and one's West Ham, we get in it and you don't. It's just, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Relentless, mate. Relentless, what do you say to all this that we've talked about? You got anything to add before we end it?
I don't even know what's going on. There's so much shit going on, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, 1 hour is this news, and this guy's getting sacked, and then this guy's resigning, and then this team is dropping down, and that's, bro, I can't even keep up, man. But from what I'm understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, they're thinking about changing the format, Champions League.
They are changing the format.
To like what? To make it like a league kind of thing?
We just explained they're changing it to 1 league, right, with 36 teams, right, and the top all the way to does it go again?
Do you want me to explain? Okay, so there are 36 teams.
No. They've got 36. They've got 36 teams, right, and under the new format, there will be, but everyone will instead face against 10 different teams, right? Half of them at home and half of them away. So 5 games at home, 5 games away, right? In though you got 36 clubs in that league, you play 10 games, right? And so how will the last 16 shape? The top 8 teams will go automatically through. The sides 9th to 24th will enter a playoff round, right? Those who finish 9th and 16th will be seeded in the playoff draw, meaning that they will face a team 17th to 24th. Anyone under 17th to 24th who basically finished 25th will be eliminated without any access to the but it will be eliminated with no access to the Europa League. The 8 clubs who prevail in the playoffs will then progress into the round of 16.
So basically more money, basically.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course it is. But it's also a chance. But they're saying it's more chance to see bigger clubs playing each other at the early stages of the competition. Plus, also, because you're playing 10 games, it's more likely. It's more. It gives. What they're saying is it gives more. It makes every game count. Whether one game could be the end, meaning of getting relegated, eliminated, or being in the playoffs, or being in the automatics.
So is it? Do you still have to finish top 4 in your league to get in, or did they change the whole thing?
Yeah, well, they're changing the. Well, no, they changed the actual spots are getting adjusted. Well, the extra 4 spots.
They just added to it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. The 4 additional spots. One is allocated to the 5th in the coefficient rankings, which will be France. At the minute, that's at the minute. The second is awarded to the domestic league champion with the highest club coefficient among all other domestic champions. So that would not be us. That would be someone else, like Greece or Romania or somewhere. Slots 3 and 4, 2 clubs with the highest club coefficients that have not qualified automatically for the Champions League stage, but have qualified either for the Champions League qualification phase or the Europa League / the Europa Conference League.
Yeah, so slots 3 and 4 were pretty much handmade for Arsenal and Spurs.
Yeah,
pretty much made.
Listen, we don't deserve to be in no Champions League, bro. We don't deserve it.
No, we don't. We don't.
We get hammered, bro.
Big up, short man, you.
Yo, Charlie wants to talk, but Steven, just one thing that we didn't mention. I'm assuming the 8 teams eliminated from this first knockout stage are gonna go to the Europa League.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
They're not.
No, you're confusing one thing. From 25th to 36, yeah, they're eliminated straight away. But you have the knockout stage, right? From 9th place to
the playoff.
Well, the playoff from 9th to what is it?
It doesn't say.
24th.
It doesn't say.
That's what makes sense, mate. Because otherwise,
it doesn't say that.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's my assumption, because otherwise you have to change the whole format of the Europa League as well.
Well, they're going to do that for the same. They're going to do the same thing for the Europa League and the Conference League.
Once they know that it works, it says that they're going to wait to see if they should do the same thing for the other competitions.
So they should be experimenting this on the Conference League, not the Champions League.
That makes a lot more sense. Yes.
Not really, because the Conference League is already shit anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing. They want to try it with money, Charlie.
Also, do UEFA not realise every single club has a domestic league to play in as well?
Yeah.
And all their domestic cups.
Yeah, we know that. We just
they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
But they don't give a crap. We know that. What do you think about this whole palaver with the European Super League?
It's all BS, man.
Fucking criminals. It's about which one. It's just about that one criminal is worse than the other.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But like I said, it's just go on.
Let me just say something real quick about the whole Super League. I think now that it's being canceled, a lot of these owners are being exposed now, and I think 2 years ago, Turkish had like a protest, and no one really showed up. So it's good to see that a lot of Arsenal fans and other fans of clubs are starting to see that these owners don't really care about the culture. They don't really care about the tradition. As long as they can get a couple more quid in their pocket, it's all right. Like I'm happy that people are starting to realize this and how big
I
a
don't see why
problem.
people have to start realizing this. We knew this already.
I mean, I already knew this. I
think the issue was at that time, unfortunately, a lot of Arsenal fans didn't think Stan Kroenke was that bad as an owner. You know, he had fooled them with the summer when we bought the Shakas, and he'd fooled them that he was going to invest a lot of money. So a lot of fans were like, oh, maybe Kroenke isn't that bad as an owner. But what's good with this, what happened this past few days, is show that he's even worse. He's a worse owner than we could ever have imagined. And it's also shown that this is the reason why he wanted to own the club for 100%, so he could do whatever he wanted to do without talking to anyone. And I just hope that on Friday, a lot of fans turn up. And I hope that after Friday, the energy doesn't stop there. I hope that it continues to something that is going to be practical, where we can actually come together and maybe start something like, you know what, let's all sacrifice 1 year where nobody's going to buy merch. And we try to spread that message out.
It won't happen though, because people overseas, there's so many fans from all over the world will come to watch Arsenal, and there's every one person that does it, and there's 10 people that will.
Yeah.
That's the problem with our fan base.
That's the problem with size, mate. Arsenal's too massive to be properly boycotted. You know, 'cause there's always going to be plenty people still putting money in the club. But you know, like we can hold on to the hope that Kroenke was really counting on this Super League. Then maybe now he's annoyed. Like, he doesn't give a shit with the more than 1 million people saying Kroenke out. He doesn't give two shits about that. But the money he just lost. You know?
Here, please. I don't care. Like, Kroenke, I don't care what Kroenke's what everyone the club's board said to bloody Kroenke. I don't give a shit. Right? I don't care. Right? Right? Stop making excuses for every bloody thing. I'm not sorry. Kroenke needs to fuck off. Now. Right? There's no more excuses. I'm done with him. And if if there's any Arsenal fans, right, that aren't the same way, I don't know how you don't support. I don't see how you can support Arsenal Football Club. I can't see it.
Yo, get rid of the board as well. Get rid of the board as well. Get rid of get rid of
it. Enough is enough.
Yeah, but I think obviously one of the issues is that we have different kind of fans, and I don't like to categorize people, so I don't mean it in that way. But what I mean is basically we have fans who support Arsenal because all their family have supported Arsenal. They grew up supporting Arsenal. And we have fans who started supporting Arsenal because they liked the way Arsenal were playing under Arsene Wenger.
Well, if they want that, they need to get rid of him.
So, and then we have fans who maybe by tuning into a game liked it, and then they started supporting the team. So we have fans who support the club for different reasons. And because fans support the club for different reasons, they have different values on it. And people like me or like us, obviously, we don't want Stan Kroenke there. And we don't want him anymore at all. We want him to get out as soon as possible. I think the issue is to explain to someone who lives abroad, who has another view on Arsenal, on why we need to get Stan Kroenke out and why it is the best for all Arsenal fans. Because as clear as it is for us, as much as we understand that this is 100% wrong, not everybody is on that page. And we have to try and get everybody on the same page, or as many people on the same page, so we can come out with a big statement where we can get him out. That's how I look at it.
I know, I understand that. It's just there's no more excuses anymore. I'm sorry. Right? Stop. There's no explanation apart from this. This guy does not care about the values, the traditions, the standards, everything that club stood for. He doesn't give a fuck about. All he cares is about how much money you can get out of us to spend on his Rams. If people can't see that, I'm sorry, right? What part of Arsenal do you support? Honestly, because it's not the Arsenal I know.
I want to make one point.
Yeah. Anyone knows.
I want to make one point about how Arsenal fans, don't think things through before they say stuff, because I think the problem with a lot of football fans in general is that we're so quick to hop on a hashtag instead of thinking about what's like going deeper and think about it. Like Lee Gunner, I'm sure you guys know who Lee Gunner is, right? He always makes this point. People always tell him, trust the process, trust the process, trust the process. If you guys say trust the process, then that means you trust Stan Kroenke because it's his process. And that's one thing people don't realize. They keep on saying trust the process, but then they say Kroenke out. Make up your mind. Is it either you're Kroenke out or either on this side on your that side? You can't be in the middle. You can't say, oh yeah, trust the process, because the process is led by him. He's overseeing the whole process. So if he wants to say, you know what,
do you know what? I bet you a lot of Arteta fans would Kroenke. Do you know why? If it was any other manager, if it was any other owner, this manager would be gone by now. Any other owner would have sacked this guy by now.
But you want to know what the owner would do? The owner would get rid of the whole board, because the owner would know. The owner would know enough about football to say, you know what? Yeah, the manager's shit, but also it's the board as well, because the board should be coming up to me saying, you know what, yo, I don't know about this manager. You know, you should be getting rid of him. It doesn't. I doubt the board is doing that, because the board have been there for years. They've been there for decades. They're stinking the place out. They've been saying they've been having the same methods of getting players for decades. They haven't changed anything. It's still the same guys same guys that have been there since Highbury, since 2006 when we moved to Emirates, that still making these damn mistakes. They'll sit there
hang on, Nitish. What you're saying is, if you believe in the process of rebuilding this squad, right, and backing this manager to rebuild this squad and bring Arsenal back to the top, you must believe in Kroenke in giving him the money to do so.
No, you guys are being very unfair to our fans. Very unfair.
And I think
it's not making any sense.
No. Surely you must have faith that then your owner of your club is going to give the funds available to build the squad so that then Arteta's go win a title.
You guys, you need to separate it.
If you don't believe in the owner to do that, then why are you trusting this process?
And for me, it's not just about the money. It's about, if you have a good owner, he makes sure that your manager have all the necessary tools to become successful. No one can tell me that Stan Kroenke has given Arteta enough tools for Arteta to become successful, or any other manager. So why would you trust the process led by an owner who doesn't care about Arsenal, who doesn't give the necessary tools for anyone to become successful?
Guys, you
believe in Michael Arteta to bring us bigger things.
No. Nitish, one thing you have to realize.
What do you think Arteta is? A fucking magician?
Guys,
Nitish, one thing you have to realize, that
he's not Pep Guardiola.
Is that Arteta's success? The one you have to realize is that Arteta's success is all about what Kroenke does. So if you're saying trust Arteta, that means you're saying trust Kroenke, because you can't say
Kroenke's not.
I'm thinking of a real life example. I can't even think of an example.
Arteta alone cannot lead the process. Arteta alone cannot get us success.
We
need proper.
Arteta can't do it alone without the support from Kroenke.
Listen, I'll be honest. No. I'm tired of this.
Arsenal need proper scouts. They need proper recruitment people. They need proper people who negotiate sponsors, and they need proper people who handle player contracts. And we don't have that. And without all of that, you cannot be a club that has a long time success. It's impossible. You can have the odd one, but you cannot have it in longevity.
Listen, he is a cup manager. I don't care what anyone says. He's a cup manager. He is a cup manager. Listen, what has this last 2 seasons proved to you? He's won a FA Cup, which is a cup. What has he done in the league? Can anyone tell me what he's done in the league?
His actually league form's been shit.
His win percentage in the league is less than 50% at Arsenal Football Club. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine less than 50? You can't even win half of your games. I've never heard of that before. I've never seen that before in Arsenal history. I mean, there probably has, but I've never seen it. How can you be a big club and your manager can't even win half of his games? I mean, what's going on?
100%. That's what I'm saying. Imagine if Arsenal wanted Arteta to succeed, surely they wouldn't have appointed Edu, because Edu has never worked with recruitment before. Surely they wouldn't have promoted Vinay. Vinay has never been a director of football before.
Yeah, he's
surely they wouldn't hire that lawyer, Tim. And this is what I'm saying. We don't put in people with enough.
Hang on, all competition, right? The last 3 permanent matches, Wenger 57, Emery 55%, and Nicola F 52. That's in all competitions. That came out in 2020 December. But I'm trying to have a look.
Guys, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a dick, but you guys keep raising questions. I have the answers to them, but it seems that you guys want to have a one-sided discussion.
Okay, let's give you a chance. What's your answer?
You haven't been fair to fans whatsoever. I'm not jumping into the Arteta in or out discussion because I think it's pointless. I don't support Arteta anymore. He has been really bad. What I'm saying is, not allowing fans to say trust the process, like trusting Arteta and trusting the board shouldn't be the same thing. It is a matter of people thinking that it is completely pointless to want to separate the things. You know, like a lot of people don't believe in the possibility of Kroenke leaving. So trusting the process is just like they have trust in Arteta. So I think you guys have been really unfair to them. Edu is not a guy without experience. He was a director of football at Corinthians before joining Brazil, where he won the Champions League of South American football.
Employed him?
Get your facts right. We employed Edu there because he has merits for it. Edu's he's a good backstage worker, guys. Yeah, no, Steven, what I'm saying is if there is no hope for Kroenke to leave, or do you mean everyone should just like
But what you're saying,
guys,
they have to trust something, man. Otherwise, they're gonna kill themselves.
What you're saying then is basically, right? We don't support Kroenke, so we expect Arteta to pull the fucking miracle of all miracles and do what he's doing with Arsenal, right? With basically the ability of Sheffield United. He can't win a title without the backing of this owner.
He's a cup manager, bro. He's a cup manager.
I'm not disagreeing with that, Relentless. I'm not disagreeing with that, Relentless. What I'm saying is, you guys said that you can't be both saying trust the process and then saying Kroenke out. That is bull crap.
No.
When they say trust the process, when they say trust the process, they mean, given that we're not going to lose that joker that owns our club, let's trust Arteta. I'm not saying they're right in doing so. I get that. Steven's very, very vocal about hating Arteta. I get that. I'm just saying they're not the same thing.
It's not hate.
Well, without the support of this owner, we ain't doing shit.
Can I make a point?
The thing is that people who make excuses for Arteta, who say, "Oh, but he needs his plays," even though he's gotten rid of the plays that he doesn't want. He's brought in plays with our squad. What else do we need in our squad besides a backup left back? What else do we need? Simple question. What else do we need?
We need a DM. We need a backup goalkeeper.
With the squad that we have now,
we need backup goalkeeper. We've got right, and he's all right.
Yeah, but
we haven't signed him. We've just
over the past decade, this is on paper, this is the best Arsenal team we've had over the past decade. You can disagree, but in my opinion, this is the best thing we've had over the past decade. We've been wanting a midfielder since Gilberto Silva. Finish. This is the best team on paper that we've had for the past decade at Arsenal Football Club. Yeah,
I have to disagree.
Private chat.
And you give it to a manager who doesn't have any experience. That's the problem. Nobody over here hates or dislikes Arteta. Listen, if I was to meet Arteta, I'll probably say, you know what, big up to you, whatever. Yeah, he is not good enough. You cannot give it to a manager and to say trust the process. Oh wait, F Kroenke. Kroenke is the leader of this process. His son is the leader. Even if it's not Kroenke, it's his son. It's still the Kroenkes. They own this process. If they want to say, you know, Arteta leave, he can leave. If they say at midnight, oh yeah, we want you to leave, they can leave. It's their process. So you say trust the process. Oh no. Forget about Kroenke. No. Kroenke is the owner of the football club, so it's his process, and he oversees everything. The board, yes, the board is more hands-on, but if he wants to sack the whole board, he can sack the whole board. So you know what? Fuck it. It's his process. So that's why when I say, oh yeah, you can't just say, oh yeah, trust the process. Oh, I took the in, but then you're saying, oh yeah, oh Kroenke out. So are you just, what that shows me is that you're just going wherever the wind blows you. Like you're not giving your own actual opinion. This manager will not lead us anywhere in the league. Maybe not even New York, because for me, he is a cup manager.
Can I just make a point?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So number one is that I don't believe that Edu was employed by merit. I don't believe that Binay was promoted on merit. And I don't believe that Tim Howard was employed by merit. You can't tell me that Edu has more knowledge than someone like a Mark Overmars or a Ragniak or a Moji or Ivan Campo, etc. They are more knowledgeable and experienced people than Edu. We didn't give Arteta a director of football who would have given him the best opportunity to find the best players. We didn't have a recruitment team that was top notch. And instead we got rid of our best scouts. And for me, if you want to trust the process, surely a process is something where a progress is included and the end goals is success. Surely that's what the process is. You want to find the final point is to reach success. You can break down what success is and how much success you want to reach, but surely the end point or goal is to get success. I don't see how Arsenal, with the structure we have, with the owners we have, where we can lead to anything that looks like a success. And that's why, for me, I don't trust the process. I don't trust that the people that works for Arsenal at the highest level are good enough to take Arsenal to success. And that is not me even looking at the manager.
I never said I trust the process.
I need to get everyone's opinion. I need to get everyone's opinion. So be on the post, go.
First of all, Stan Kroenke is now not in charge of the club. Josh is. He's assigned it to Josh.
Oh, he's not. No.
Josh is more.
Don't even go on that one. If Stan wanted to put his foot down, he will. Don't even go.
Yeah, he can. I'm not saying
yes, Daddy. Whatever, Daddy.
Hold on. But the thing is, the decisions are being made by Josh Kroenke. The Thomas Partey deal came from Josh Kroenke as well. So we know that he has assigned Josh Kroenke Arsenal, and how he handles it is mainly now we can blame Josh rather than Stan directly. So it's coming through Josh, first of all. Second thing is, when someone says trust the process, they feel that after Wenger's last few years, where he did we were already on the decline, and after Unai Emery, that Arteta will take us in an upward progression. It's not going to happen immediately, because this again is also Arteta's first full season. Whether you guys believe that he can't take us anywhere, that is your opinion. Whether we believe that he can take us somewhere despite the owners, that is our opinion. No one supports Kroenke because we know for the last 15 years what has been happening at the club. Again, Stephen, I will just say one thing about the comment. They were just facts that I mentioned. It wasn't any excuse. If you have seen what has happened, how Kroenke has taken over, I mean the Usmanov comment. They wanted to invest money in the club initially. They were told not to invest money because we have the self-sustaining model. Eventually, Kroenke stopped bothering about investing money into the club, and they have never looked back since then. That is how it happened. And Usmanov now being at Everton is the biggest reason of that is because if he wanted to put any money in Arsenal, they didn't let him, and he's gone and spent that money at Everton. And they buy more players than us, which is a fact. Now, the other thing is, with respect to trust the process, fans believe that Arteta can do it over time. But how much time? Either a season or two. It's either this, at the end of this season, this window, that we will get more players and change the squad, which has already happened because our players have been released, which have been, you can say, the junk players. And you can see the fact they got just Mustafi and Kolasinac just got relegated with Schalke in the Bundesliga. So the fact is that these players needed to be gone. Some of them have already left. Some of them will be leaving in the summer, with more players hopefully coming in. If then Arteta cannot do it in the next season, then probably at the end of the season, most of the Arteta in fans will also say it's time that we get another manager in. But we will not.
They won't. They won't.
We will not deny him the chance.
Hang on. My answer to that is, hang on. Who's been offered to buy out Kroenke beforehand? Kroenke said no, so that's on Kroenke, even though he's given enough money. He was given enough money, so that's Kroenke's problem, not the board's. Two, don't mention the Schalke players who just got relegated. They're still part of this club. Now they've been relegated, they're going to come back to this club. And now Arteta will just go, oh, you didn't play that too badly, we'll keep you. Right?
Only Kolasinac.
He believes in David Luiz, so he could probably believe in Mustafi as well. But
it's been said that Luiz is probably not going to renew his contract.
I cannot say we physically got rid of players unless they officially torn up their contracts, like Socrates and David and Mesut Ozil. Those are the only two that have physically gone out of this football club. So everyone else that says anyone else, no, it's a loan, right?
Mustafi's out.
They are still likely to come back, and if no one is going to buy them, it is not. They are going to stay there until the contracts run out. So we're still screwed.
Mustafi's gone too, mate. Mustafi's gone too, and I'm sorry, but no one wanted Kolasinac. So
when does his contract end?
You can't. Kolasinac has one more year. Mustafi's contract was about to end by the end of this season.
By the end of this season, great. Kolasinac will still stick with another year.
Yeah, we're probably going to try to sell him, but since no one wants him,
no one wants him. Right?
I wasn't
buying me at the hospital.
Guys, I'm sorry. No one's listening to what I'm saying. I'm never backing Kroenke. I hate the guy. I'm just saying trusting the process doesn't need to have anything doesn't have to have anything to do with Kroenke in the fans' eyes. They're taking Kroenke as an unfortunate given. You know, he's here. We got to deal with it. So let's trust the process with Arteta. I'm not saying I trust it. I'm just saying that's their minds. It is their right to think that way. It's not hypocritical to say trust the process and Kroenke out. It is not. Edu is. I'm sorry. I should finish. Someone replied to my thing and disagreed with me, but that it didn't make any sense. Edu is very qualified. Edu won the Libertadores with Corinthians as a director of football. He was a director of football for Brazil. Where do most young talents come from in football? Brazil. He found this Martinelli. You have no proof to say that Edu is doing a shit job. He's very qualified. No, not you. I'm just saying like people in general. Edu is very qualified, and so far he's been doing an okay job. He got some players out. Yeah. Whichever way we could take them out, right? No one wanted Ozil. No one wanted Kolasinac. No one wanted Socrates. We had to do something, mate, and he's doing it.
You didn't have Pablo Mari.
Can I just answer that? Is that the whole point, right? Is that with a process, we need progression, right?
Yeah.
Now that means we're going to need to invest in the squad. We're going to need to boost it. Now, yes, you can give Kroenke as an unfortunate given, but sooner or later, if you want this process to work, you're going to need Kroenke to go and buy players, right? If you physically don't believe Kroenke is going to do that, because Kroenke's Kroenke, we all know that, right? How can you fully trust the process? Because you are not going to be able to get the tools he needs to be able to get top four. I'm sorry, you could buy two players. I'm sorry, Arteta's not a miracle worker, because if he buys two players and everyone else goes by 4 or 5 players around us, well, I'm sorry, we're even worse than last year, right? Because everyone else has improved. Because he is not a miracle worker. He's not Pep Guardiola, right? He's not Alex Ferguson. He's not Arsene Wenger, right? He is never going to be able to get that squad to overachieve and get top 4. He's made it look perfectly clear, right? So he's going to need major investment. And if Kroenke's not going to give it to him, what I'm saying is, how can you physically say, trust the process, right? when you're going to have to rely on an owner you don't trust.
It's a way to get some retweets and likes.
Falsely saying it.
It's a way to get
I think there's a process. I could say, yeah, I think there's a process there, but I'm not going to trust it though because I know what Kroenke's like.
Okay,
I can hear that.
That's okay as an opinion, but it's not okay. And I share your opinion, mate. I'm just saying it's okay as an opinion. It's not okay as a fact or a law. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And one more thing, just want to quickly add. Relentless said that okay, Arteta is a cup manager. My expectation before the start of the season was Europa League. I wanted to win the Europa League. Now, if Arteta is delivering the Europa League as he's a cup manager, I'm happy about it. We're back in the Champions League. We get 50-odd million next season. We can put that money into buying players. It all depends on what you want from the club. I am not bothered where we finish in the league. Top half, great. If you don't finish in the league and win the Europa League, I'm happy enough. My target was for Arsenal to win the Europa League. I want to win that competition. Yes, but that is my target. That is my expectation. It's not your expectation probably, but it's my expectations to win the Europa League.
Semi-final, and fifth.
Nitish, I hear what you're saying, yeah? But for me, I would rather be in a European place in the league than be in the semi-final. Because who's going to say, you don't know what's going to happen in the Villarreal game. We can't even, we're not even sure.
I'm going to ask a quick question to every Arsenal fan, just before I ask Charlie's question. Right, and I want people to believe, just coming in one word answer, no explanation, just answer. Do you think Arteta could beat Emery in the semi-final? Yes or no? Marley?
Yes.
Relentless?
Probably not.
Beyond the post.
That was two words.
I said we're winning the Europa League. Yes.
I think he's got, he ain't got a hope in hell. I use 4 words. Or 5 words, whatever you want to say.
But I just want to say one sentence to Relentless. Your opinion is that he's not good enough to win the Europa League, or he's not good enough.
That. He's just not good enough to beat Emery.
Yeah, okay. And my about the first comment. And my expectation is that we want to win the Europa League, and he's good enough to do that.
Do you think? All right. Who's the better manager, Emery or Arteta?
To an extent, a bit more Emery, towards Emery.
No, not a bit more. It's not a bit more.
It's a country mile.
Right,
bro, he's clearing.
The things that he has done with Arsenal, I don't think so.
I don't think there's
you've got to look at his record.
He's won 3 Europa Leagues in a row.
He's a specialist in this. He's a specialist. But anyway, Charlie.
I just
go on.
Mate, I just want to say, Talkman, you wanted to say something before.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Talkman, you. It's just got very heated.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot what it was I was going to say before. But on this point, you're talking about Emery and Arteta, but the teams. Would you say your team's better than Seville's team?
Villarreal.
Sorry. Would you say your team's better than their team on paper?
Yes.
It is right now. Yes, it is.
Right. Okay. So then, simple question: yes or no? Yes or no? Yeah.
But what's the question?
So you all agree. You all agree that your team's better than theirs on paper. Don't forget
it is, but we don't have the better manager.
The team are going to want to make a point and do their best. There's no doubt about that, surely. And this is why I will back Arsenal. I will back Arsenal to win this game.
Talk my new. You
watched this West Ham. Clip this. Somebody clip this. Somebody clip it right now.
We're better on paper than West Ham. We drew 3-3 for fuck's sake.
Clip it. I know, but listen, that was them.
That's football.
That was them.
Oh this is now. God. That's been like that all season.
You want to know? You want to know something, yeah? About this whole Europa League stuff. Listen, I say Arteta's a cup manager, but it's not like he's got it to. He's not like he's been to the final and everything's been smooth. There's been multiple times where we could have been knocked out. Like even last year in the FA Cup, we should have lost to Sheffield United. They had 2 disallowed goals. We could have easily lost to Benfica, Benfica at the time were in turmoil. They were about to sack their manager, and he gave us a run for our money with a crap.
I have one question. Then you're done. Sorry.
Yeah. And for me, I look at Arteta, and I'm like, you know what? you try to be this guy because he speaks well and he's good looking. A lot of people sometimes say, "Oh yeah, look at him, what he can be and what he can do." For me, you don't earn your experience at a big club like Arsenal. You don't do that. The best way for him to get experience is to go to a club like Valencia, maybe go back to Spain, maybe get a mid-table club and learn. Because over there you can make your mistakes. We are a club that, at least for most fans, at least fans like we want to win now. I don't. Yes, you can say start a process and whatnot, but if I tell you, oh yeah, if you tell me someone who's never built a house before, oh yeah, go build a house, and I never built a house before, and I just tell you, oh yeah, trust the process, I'm gonna build a house. Give me 5 years, I'm gonna build a house. No way am I gonna build a house because I never built a house before. If you want to start an actual process, how about you get a manager who actually knows how to manage players?
Yeah, but
you don't just start a process just because he's young. Oh yeah, it might turn out well. What do you mean it might turn out well? We've been shit ever since 2006.
Relentless.
Sick of us always saying, "Oh yeah, we might."
I get that.
Nonsense.
I call dibs.
Hang on, I haven't got a problem with it. If like he was changing left, right, and centre, trying different every single which way tactic to say, look, I'm trying my best here, but unfortunately with this squad, I can't do it, get any more out of it.
Yeah, but he can't do that because he's never done it before.
Yeah, but if he was doing that and chopping and changing and trying different things, I would say, yeah, okay, you're trying your best, but unfortunately your squad's shit, right? But he's not even trying that, so he's just being stubborn. The same thing, and all he's doing is changing the lineup. So that's why that's where it throws it, because you're not even trying. You're not even trying to try something different and see if something else works. So
we're not getting results. At least with Man United. Yes, Man United fans complain all they want, and yes, I might banter Man United, but Man United get results. Even though it might not be the prettiest, they get results. It's either you play good football, for me, or you try, or you get the result, even though it's not pretty. He's not doing any of those. So why should I want him to keep him in?
George Graham never played pretty football.
At least Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is getting the results. So yes, people like Rance can complain all they want, but still, you're in the semi-final.
We had George Graham, though. We had George Graham.
And he did it.
George Graham never played pretty football. And we won
to Tottenham. George Graham went to Tottenham. He went to Tottenham and won the
what I'm saying, he won the cup, Winners' Cup, not playing pretty football. He won 1-0 playing shit dead football. So there we are. So what's the problem? I don't care. As long as we win, as long as we win 1-0, I don't care.
If you're gonna play shit football, at least get results. At least be like Mourinho back in the day.
The first thing that I want to respond to that is
Natish wanted to talk. Let me just
the first thing is Arteta has changed his tactics and formation at least 4 times in the season already. If you haven't seen it, then you need to go and check it out first of all. Going from a 3-4-3, he went to a 4-3-3, then he went to a 4-2-3-1, and eventually the tactics were first they were playing down the wings with Odegaard and ESR coming in. They started playing through the center and going to the wings as well. So not changed anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Second thing, Relentless asked me a question. Have you seen Arteta's tactics that we almost got knocked out of the Europa League? Have you seen Unai Emery's season when we made it to the final? Embarrassed in almost every first leg of every knockout tie and winning the second leg and going through to the next round, where we escaped through into the next round and eventually made it to the final, only to be embarrassed in the final at Baku against Chelsea.
You want to know what's embarrassing? Having one of the worst Premier League seasons in your history. For me, that's what's embarrassing.
Because let me just finish.
You have to give it context. You have to give it context. You have to give it context.
Don't talk over.
I'm sorry, you can't do that.
One at a time.
I was Emery in right through until the time that he was sacked. Why was the reason he was sacked? Because we were losing to Frankfurt. And we lost that game as well, and he had lost the dressing room. Otherwise, probably if you feel Emery is the better manager, you should see his time at Arsenal. You should see how he was trolled at PSG. He couldn't handle a big club. He's not meant for big clubs, unfortunately. He was given the job based on a presentation because big managers didn't want to take the job because they weren't going to be given any money. Now the thing is that we have Arteta here. I get it. He's not the best manager with the best resume because he's not really been a manager before. What we can see is, if you have seen the style of play and the passing techniques that are being used and the you can say the setup that has been changing, and I'm not getting the right word, but anyways, overall play, if you have seen, it was never meant to be a 3-4-3. He was always brought in to play aggressive attacking football, which would happen only with a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, which he transitioned into. He still needs more players to actually get that system running. If he can't do it in a year after this,
let him finish.
He's been brought in not to play a 3-4-3, because after the Wenger era, the club is not going to accept a defensive style like Emery was putting up day in and day out. He was adjusting and playing pragmatic football to suit the opposition, and that is why it was embarrassing to see the lineup and the formation change every game after game, and that is why he was thrown out.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. To be fair to you, over the past couple of games, like Sheffield United, Slavia Prague, we have been playing some decent football. But over the course of the season, Stephen, I'll let you talk. Over the course of the season, we played some of the worst brand of football in the league.
Yes, we have. I'm not disagreeing. I know Stephen knows that best, that when we have played our worst football, there are a lot of games an example of that. But that is what I'm saying. This is his first full season. If we are trying to change from a 3-4-3 from last season to become a team that plays regular 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, give the guy at least one full season.
All right.
I can't see how you now have a guy in playing pragmatic football. Is exactly what Arteta did to win an FA Cup.
He did, but that
he had a worse squad. Right, he had the likes of Koscielny, Cech, Jenkinson, right,
Koscielny was crap, mate.
Right. I'm sorry, the squad was 10 times worse than it is now. He managed to get to a European final, which shows how much of a specialist he is in this competition. Don't forget that he's won that 3 times in a row with Villarreal. Don't forget that, so he knows what he's doing. No, Seville, sorry. And not to mention that is that the fact he's also that squad shouldn't have finished third. Yes, all right. We should have beaten Crystal Palace. We should have beaten Brighton, right? But I'm sorry, right? To be able to compete with the top 4 the way he's been doing, right? And Arteta was supposed to have a better squad, right? What's he doing? Fuck all. He's doing absolutely nothing near it. And I can't sit here and have people say, well, he's doing a better job. Well, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. Wherever you look at it, it doesn't add up. I'm sorry, right? You can say he's changed it and changed his chain nets. We still play sloppy,
inconsistent football,
making mistakes all the goddamn time. It never seems the mistakes never get ironed out or changed out, right? And every time he does switch the system, it doesn't benefit us in any sort of way. Every time he tries to play a different system, it's always to a team that's always like, yeah, well, we want you to play that way, so we can do this. It doesn't make sense.
You want to know what
some of his lineup is just what?
You want to know what
last lineup? He's now just in the Lacazette. For what? For what?
Now that Lacazette's injured, you're gonna see the football has changed. Like over the past couple of games, you're gonna see the football is gonna change, and we're gonna go back to that boring defensive, not even defensive, that boring just side to side nonsense. Because without, like I said, we can't play that 2-touch quick football. Because he's the one that comes deep. Who's gonna do that job? He's the only one in the whole football club that can do that.
Don't worry, we lost him getting a draw against Fulham in a game in the Premier League that didn't even matter because we weren't going to get nothing in the league. But don't worry, we're going to beat Villarreal without that.
Yeah, but when Atish says, "Oh yeah, let's put all our eggs in one basket," in Europa League.
Literally, let's go all in.
You can't do that. What managers who are good enough, prime Mourinho used to do it. He used to put all his eggs in Europa League. When Mourinho said a couple of years ago, "Oh yeah, I'm going to win the Europa League," guess what he did? He won it. Arteta does not have that luxury or experience or that intelligence as a manager to say, I'm just going to focus on one thing. He can't do that. You have to balance both of it. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm a manager. I'm only going to focus on this." Oh yeah, you can't just say, "Oh, you got a bunch of work to do. I'm just going to do this and then fuck the other stuff." You can't do that. You have to know how to balance stuff. That's why I say he's a cup manager.
But again, like our best asset at the minute, we keep saying is Martinelli, and what did he do? He starts against bloody Fulham. Starts against Fulham, right? Everyone's worrying about Martinelli getting injured, and what does he do? Start him against Fulham. That's great. That
He probably won't start him against Villarreal. He
brilliant,
won't start him
right?
next week. Hell no.
No, he'll have to. if no
Now
matches.
Lacazette's injured, and we're gonna have to probably rely on Nketiah or Balogun. Why can he play Balogun against Fulham? I mean, what's the problem? Not like we're getting anything out of the game anyway. Just play a bunch of kids there. Put Aziz on. Put collateral on.
But he can't even beat Fulham, you know.
What? Why?
Fulham
Why can't you do that? You know
Fulham
you've
at
got
home,
to
you
win
know.
Europa League to basically try and save your job. So do it.
The most inconsistent manager in the league.
We get
Most
why you do
inconsistent in the
it.
league.
It's just doesn't
The
make
first
sense.
the first thing is Balogun was not in the squad against Fulham, and Lacazette getting injured was not predicted by
Why was
Arteta
he
because
not in the squad?
he's not a fortune teller. So
He's
unfortunately,
also not a good
Balogun
manager.
Yeah,
was
but
not in
don't
the
take
squad.
the risk.
The other thing is, with respect to, again, you are saying that Emery is a better manager than Arteta. Emery threw away 7 or 8 games to finish in the top 4, just putting his eggs in one basket. That was the Europa League. He did the same thing. So how is he any better than
Arteta
Arteta
ruined it
at
in the
Arsenal?
first half of the season, mate. So don't know.
No, but
That's
you're
fine.
talking about Emery at Arsenal.
We were at the
listen,
top 4
if Emery,
race.
if
At
Emery
least
was
we
still
actually
here,
got to the end of the top 4 race. This one didn't even start.
if
No, I
Emery
was
was
talking
still
about
here,
putting. I was just talking about putting all his eggs in one basket. It is the same situation. Arteta is doing it because of certain reasons. Emery did it, I don't know why, when he could have easily finished in the top 4. We had just a game that we needed to win. Out of 6 or 7 games, if one game we had won, we would have finished in the top 4.
Yeah, but so I'm saying that at least I'm sorry, but we were in a top 4 race. This one we weren't even in it. We're not even competing in the fucking top 8 race.
we got
Yes,
West Ham taking
So
the
how are
piss
you
out of
trying
us.
to compare the two?
No, I said that Emery also lost his plot at the end of the season. He
No,
didn't
but
finish in the top 4 in this first
okay,
season as well.
okay. Nitish, if Emery was still here, where do you think we would be in the table?
We would be somewhere where we are right now because
No,
before he got
no,
sacked,
no, no.
Nah,
With
nah,
these
before he got
players,
sacked.
no, with these
Okay,
players,
let me
with
ask
these
you
players,
three simple questions. Who
yeah,
is our
go.
best midfielder right now?
Huh?
Who is our best
Partey.
midfielder right now? Okay, Thomas Partey. How many continuous games has Thomas Partey been fit for in the Premier League?
No, but you're not. Listen, what I'm saying is that Emery wanted Partey. Who did he get? Torreira. Who did he get? Windows. He didn't get
He
back.
wanted Nzonzi. He wanted Nzonzi, not Partey.
And he said he wanted Partey as well. But did he get that? He didn't even get Nzonzi.
He wanted.
He got Torreira, who was injury prone and has no tactical awareness. Yeah.
Arteta wanted Coutinho, but he wanted OR. He got Willian because that was what the club had to offer him. That was the money the club said we have.
Compared to Emery, he got what he wanted.
He got what he wanted.
He got what he wanted.
He's been backed more than Arsene Wenger his last couple of years, and backed more than Emery. Back to them more than both of them.
Okay, can I ask you the second question? If Aubameyang was in the form that he is in right now, in the last 2 seasons, that is Emery's first season and the second season, do you think we would be finishing in the top half of the table either season without Aubameyang scoring those goals?
If Arteta was our manager?
No, even if Emery was our manager.
Yeah, but if Emery was our manager, Aubameyang wouldn't be in this form though.
Why not?
Yeah,
he's had various issues.
Because Aubameyang has some of the best goals and assists.
He knew how to use Aubameyang
under him, and he actually used to play Lacazette. He played Lacazette and Aubameyang.
And Lacazette
won work. Yeah, and Aubameyang won the Golden Boot, and Lacazette won Player of the Season for us. So he has the tactical flexibility, Emery, to play both of them. What I'm saying is that I don't know why it's so hard to just understand that he's not good enough right now. I'm not saying that he's going to be a crap manager in the future. I'm saying that right now, 2021, he is not the guy to take us.
Training managers. I'm sorry, we're not a coach. We're not a training center for managers. I'm sorry.
Yes, we are in the semifinals. Yes, we are in the semifinals, but we're not even confident going into Villarreal. Nobody's even confident. Who's confident?
Did you feel confident playing Fulham?
I said we will lose. I'm surprised we even won. I even felt bad for Fulham when we scored.
Anyway, I've got to wrap this. I'm gonna have to wrap this up anyway because we're getting towards 8 o'clock and I've got another stream at 8. So I'm gonna have to wrap this up because this could go on for friggin' ages. Yeah. But yeah, everyone that's still locked in, thanks for locking in. It's been a really, really great stream. And this debate will probably continue until he gets sacked and even after that. But there you go. But there you go. But that's the whole point of football. It's there to debate.
Can I just shout out something real quick?
Go on.
You see here, right on my name right there, the Relentless Football Hub just dropped a video talking about Jose getting sacked, what it means for Tottenham, the fans protest, and the Super League getting canceled. Talk about Stan Kroenke, and just dropped a video maybe like 45 minutes ago. So yeah, you guys can go check it out at the Relentless Sports Hub.
Put your link in the chat.
I don't think I can put links in the chat. Oh,
yeah, you are. You're a mod. You can put a link in the chat.
Okay.
But big up everyone. Thanks again, Nitish, for coming on. Charlie, the other Charlie is Marley as well. Talk Manu as always, pleasure. And Relentless, thanks as well.
Where can we find Nitish?
Where can we find you, Nitish?
Oh, you can find me on Beyond the Post. I put out a video yesterday talking about what were the positives of the ESL, which UEFA should adopt for their new league probably. And let's see whether they actually do it, or we play ESL football under UEFA from 2024.
Let's just say I bet a lot of people would probably flip with that comment with that. Anyway, thanks for everyone that's tuned in. Well, if that doesn't wake up Arsenal, big up everyone that's good go to the protest. I wish I was on and off, right? But I'll be joining in. Unfortunately, I'm still shielding. But thanks for everyone that's tuned in. Make sure you do check out the new show at 8, which is called Wonder Kid Watch. We're looking at the under-8 in England squad and maybe another national squad after that. Just a sort of an intro of what we're going to be covering. So, but yeah, thanks for everyone that's tuned in. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll be back soon. Take care.
Thanks for having me on.